All right, so no more Poppy for Peanut. Sad. He did so much in the early game in spite of that failed dive. No more Senna. And Milio first. Interesting. Thank you, Young Peku, for your Twitch Prime sub. Hope you're sleeping at least a little bit. I am sleeping. The problem is that I can only sleep in 2 to 3 hour long blocks. You know, if I could even just get 6 straight hours, it'd be fucking amazing.
I think that's fine. Just prioritizing that pick, saying it's really strong.
Oh god, clears Udyr.
This time around, very strong combo, and Viper looks great on it in game 1.
Lucian, Emilio, and they're taking away the Maokai. So they're going to take Renata Glask anyway, in spite of seeing the Emilio. No Cassante, no Brand, of course, for Willer, no Jax, and no Yone, okay, for Zeka. All right, but we still have a Zero and Oriana up, so, and Corki. All right, they picked the Maokai early so they could jungle that, and they could play the Rumble into the Udyr, so they're just going to play Trist mid. We're never going to see Zeka Zakali again.
That one, I'm like, wait, no way.
Lee Singa for Willer.
It's going to be more of a challenge, so I think FearX need to come out of the gate swinging.
Realize that low cooldown on that ultimate later in the X, you could have. All right, here we go. Game number 2 on the way. Match 11, beginning of week 2 in our 9 weeks of LCK Spring.
Double ADC with Milio. Now Kalista can never play the game.
Like a level 1 invade or something, even a late invade. Like Kalista Renata, really strong level 1. Just
yeah, the range diff is definitely going to be real for Kalista.
Viper's just gonna flash. He's like,
spicy.
Okay, I don't want to do anything with this. No level 1s, please.
Yeah, unfortunately, he'd actually skilled his W already. If he had his dash, maybe he would be able to manage things a little bit better. Obviously, he would lose some power in his level 1, but not being flash.
Bring back AP Trist, dude. Deathfire Grasp, AP Trist. Never forget.
Mixing things up,
the greatest mid laner.
Because they really need to find that advantage early and challenge Hanwha Life Esports if they want to have a chance in this game.
Yeah, they definitely do. I like this from Zeka. Forces out the soldier and then just hops on in, avoiding the first one. Gets a nice little trade here right at the beginning before even hitting the minions. There was a ward in the bottom side lane, by the way, from the side of Hanwha Life Esports, so they knew that they were in the brush, and so we didn't have any action there. Looks like the runes mostly normal, standard stuff.
Yeah, we're not seeing the Fair Strike Ghost Rumble this game. And actually, Doran going Ignite as well. So, Huni will be happy.
Did he go Scorch with the Ignite? That's the best combo. Maximum lane pressure. Huni always used to say, if you're going to go teleport, at least go Gathering Storm. But oftentimes we'd see a mix of both choices. This bottom lane here working out for FearX anyway.
I mean, the power Kalista has in these early trades just kind of put you on the back foot.
Take a massive chunk of damage. They also get the heal here out of Delight.
Wave is stacked.
Summoners burn themselves from Henna and Execute.
But Maokai on the bot side.
Yeah, it's a trade.
Not really an opportunity to dive.
They might actually be able to time this. The next wave is coming in. The wave is going to crash yet. You can see Viper trying to thin the wave out. Willa, I want you to come down and at least threaten the dive. At least look to zone them away. Viper and Delight down a lot of summoners. And we do see Peanut in the wings, but I want the threat there. You should be playing towards your bot lane. And it looks like he's not going to be there in time. He's doing his Grom, so Viper and Delight should just be able to pick up the wave. Obviously, we know that they have the support from Peanut there, so maybe that's an influence in the decision.
Yeah, definitely pretty good positioning there from the side of Peanut, just getting ready just in case there were to be a dive, but no dive comes through.
You know,
we'll just get his red later.
The end result of that, because they traded down in sums, it's worth it if you capitalize. But because they didn't capitalize on the low health bars, I think Viper and Delight actually...
Monty and Thorin talk about player personal skill a lot, going as far as ranking them. Do you feel like LoL hides personal skills a team game?
He's gonna
Or do amazing team chemistry plays make the ceiling higher? No, I mean, I think it has a nice, LoL has a nice balance between teamwork and individual play. I would like a little bit more individual agency. We saw early on in League of Legends, especially in Faker's early days, like one of the reasons he was so dominant was that it was easier to like hard carry the game. And I think that individual skill has become less impactful because they give a lot of free golden items to like support in jungle, which they didn't used to do. Look at Peanut though. Like they're trying to get this play down, so Zeka has to jump out, and you see Peanut flash in front of him to try and block any Q that comes in. He actually saves Zeka right there.
They're not able to capitalize on this one.
Yeah, very well played by Peanut to ensure no chance the Sonic Wave would hit by getting in front of it.
Yep.
End result is Zeka's able to escape and survive.
A little bit of a chase here on this one. Has to flash the handshake, and now a little bit of slow onto Viper once again, just trying to capitalize on this very good lane state for Henna and Execute.
Yeah, Viper low on mana there. I'm not 100% certain how much they needed a flash there for Delight. I understand it from a safety perspective, but there was a ton of minions on the side of Hanwha Esports there that I think would really make the all-in hard for FearX. But I think part of it was also Viper was low on mana, so you know, I understand playing it safe, not wanting to flip the lane on hoping you can out 2v2 a Kalista Renata.
So Peanut Hex flashing the wall, and Zeka is going to shoot over the wall, so this is kept hidden for a very long time. Ping comes down now, but you can see that Willer's just going to ignore it. This is what you should do. It's okay. You can give them the first 3 Void Grubs. And
I mean, right now we need to see FearX really try and make some plays for Drake's, because Drake pressure, Drake's soul pressure is like the way that you actually can win this game.
But yeah, nice little advantage here.
You know, they lost Void Grubs, which is going to be great here, you know, for split pushing and for double AD carry. Like having 6 Void Grubs is very, very good, especially with somebody who can fast push like Tristana. Makes Tristana like a fucking menace. Thank you, Orzo, for your subscription in Tier 1. I appreciate that.
Doran's like, I am Rumble. I should be doing damage to clear, right? Well, he wins Swifties.
Yeah,
and there's already a Spectral Cowl here for the side of clear.
Someone check on Huni.
I think he's already gone. Actually, I heard that he's, yeah, Chronicler's on the way.
Okay, well, yeah, sad times. We did know this was a possibility, that this could happen again. I was hoping it wouldn't happen so soon, you know, give Huni a bit of a recovery period, but he is not going to be happy.
Okay, well, Ignite is going to come down and
level 6 is clear.
The ult comes down on the clear as well, and you know, those Swifties keeping him in range, but it's Udyr after all, and he just doesn't care.
Yeah, he just kind of refuses to die.
All right, so at least FearX is doing what they need to do. You know, if you have Kalista bot and there's no TP on the enemy top laner because they're playing Rumble, like you absolutely should be getting all these Drakes. The level of threat is very low.
Just gonna look to want to stack those up and hope you get a good soul.
It's gonna become tough.
Yeah, the Drakes are so critical for FearX because they have to accelerate the pace of this game.
I'm doing my best job to try and...
Thanks for providing all the content across LFN. Makes my closing shifts at target a bit more bearable. Glad to help where we can, man. Thank you very much.
Impartial bout, for sure. Willer is here. He's looking for maybe something. He's level 6. And this ward is going to be spotted. That's a little
means a lot. We try and give you guys a lot of free content to make you happy.
The ward range, or maybe someone's there. Yeah. Looks like there's a least in, and you know the impact is still made because they're zoned off on these waves. Plates picked up for Henna, but obviously would have loved to be able to get a kill on the back of that. So Hanwha Esports doing a good job backing off, respecting the Lee Sin, but there is a disadvantage in the bot lane that has been built up, but it's expected. If you're picking Kalista in this situation, you want to have that early lead. Is it going to be enough? I'm not so sure.
Yeah, not sure. I mean, we saw that Peanut was in on Willer's red buff, which was pinged by the red team as well. So
thanks for all you do. Enjoy listening to you guys all the time. Thank you, Zumboy. You guys are very nice. We have the. It's nice that we have the older, more polite audience, refined, sophisticated, erudites. Our fan base.
Do his job. Puts
It's
down
honestly been a lot of fun streaming because you guys are. We have good conversations here about a variety of topics, and I learn about the game of League of Legends too from watching with you guys. So it's fun.
I think so.
I think so.
I guess Bangers Only is pretty
No,
chill.
if he backed just now, he had it before that. So
Oh, okay.
maybe one back prior.
Perhaps. But obviously the extra gold generation, that Blood song a lot about.
You're calling us uncles? Hell yeah.
With a pretty big lead in the top lane and also taking quite a lot of plates so far. So the laning advantage coming in.
Clear your personal streams, love the VOD breakdowns. Cool. Yes, good conversations about yord holes. Look, you don't get yord hole content. Well, that's not true. I was going to say you don't get yord hole content anywhere else, but you definitely do get yord hole content other places. Rule 34 exists for a reason. You don't get yord hole content elsewhere on Twitch. Let's put it that way. Where do I live right now? Yeah, I'm back in Korea for the moment. I'm spending like a year in Korea. Then I'm gonna go to Denver. Does Monty also do LPL bangers only? I do. I did a BLG top just the other day, and we'll be doing a lot more LPL. We do. What I try and do is curate the best games from around the world for you guys, so that when you watch this stream, you know you're gonna get like some actually important match, in as much as that is possible.
But the Rumble has been pretty consistent as well.
But not winning a game, actually. Even though we've had to have good performances, actually destroying the Nexus has been another thing, so...
I got on a Viper here, but
Originally, you mentioned it'd be 6 months. Yeah, it was, but then we decided to stay longer. I'm not in a rush to get back to the States, you know what I mean?
Complete losingness.
Well, Henna and Execute have something to say about that. I almost said Henna and Delight. Thinking back to good old Breon days.
Am I a fan of the Denver Nuggets? I'm not a basketball fan, unfortunately. I do recognize that they are doing really well now, though. And Jokic is super fun to watch, but I've never been a big basketball fan.
So, yeah, I think...
I don't like non-contact sports. That's my problem. I need a little bit of the old violence. So I like hockey and football more.
About the Void Grubs.
How am I going to stream on Twitch with the Korea stuff in the future? Well, it doesn't affect me. I can just VPN. It's not a big deal.
A little bit underwhelming in terms of an objective. They definitely do help with the pushing power, but they're not
Do I watch UFC or MMA? No, I watch because I do Muay Thai, and I've done Muay Thai for 7 years, so I prefer pure Muay Thai. So one championship is more interesting than MMA for me.
It feels like very much win more. Like if you get a kill and you can push a turret, you will push it faster, much faster with multiple people. But committing a lot of time and like fighting over it and potentially dying, that's not the way.
With the little shield mechanic, it's not a quick objective.
Yes, the Avs are doing well.
You see that Rumble continuing to handle that top lane very well.
This mid matchup starting
Does Fox want Drakes? Yeah, they definitely want Drakes in this scenario.
Poking him out,
This next
so
Drake's going to be very important for them.
you know you don't have to deal with that Corki later. It's a Tristana. So still a champion that scales well, especially with the backing of the Milio, but
Oh, trying to jump away, but he still gets swept up, and Peanut's a little bonus here, but it's a 2v2, and maybe it's not the bonus they wanted as Closer takes a while to go down. Willer, desperate to get some...
All right, it's Doom now. You know what's interesting here?
Kill, and you can push it to...
So, what's interesting here is that...
This is going to be 6 Void Buffs going the way of Hanwha.
So, what they do is they take 5 Void Grubs,
I think
but they don't go for all of them. I think partially because they want to defend the mid turret here, but also because it gives the game announcement across the game if you take the last one, and they now have the buff that actually spawns the Void Grubs. So I think they're just happy with that for the time being.
the Void Grubs.
And they keep pressure on top side. They prevent Azir from getting a plate.
I think the fact that, like,
But this is going to be an interesting strategy. We've seen it a couple times already in other games where teams just don't want to let people know where they are on the map. In this case, it wasn't the jungler, so letting, you know, they kind of knew the mid and top were there.
Really that valuable.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's like a nice little consolation prize. Like if you have the time, you can pick up.
The Bangers Only VODs end up on the Bangers Only, the new Bangers Only channel, which is linked. So there you guys go. Some of the edited VODs. So all unedited VODs will go on Bangers Only. Some of those VODs will be edited into shorter highlight packages, like you've seen on my main channel.
like the little shield mechanic.
So we're now running 2 YouTube channels because I just didn't want to spam everybody with like, you know, we're doing 5 or 6 games of this a day.
Quick objective to sweep
So it'd be
the-
pretty annoying if that was on my main YouTube channel.
That Rumble continuing to handle that top lane very well.
This
Getting
mid
ahead.
matchup starting to go really well for Closer, you know. Constantly threatening Zeka, poking him out, so... And you know,
Swept up and Pete
deal with that Corki later. It's a Tristana. So still a champion that scales well, especially with the backing of the Milio, but...
So they try and go in here. Zeka does get knocked over, but Willer is focusing Maokai. So Zeka just free fires onto the Azir. And he still has ult. Oh my, Willer.
Later, it's a Tristana.
Willer.
Backing of the Milio, but...
I mean, he gets scooped right to you, buddy. You don't have to take that Q2. You know what I mean, guy? You don't have to take that Q2. You could just auto Zeka.
Bonus here, but it's a 2v2, and maybe it's not the bonus they wanted as Closer takes a while to go down. Willer desperate to get something, but he just goes down as
That's a choice by Willer right there.
Esports in the 2v2.
That's a choice.
Let's take a look at that bottom side 2v2 as well. Exhaust has to be used by Hanwha, and everything is going on. Esports' way. The overburn here from the side of Doran. Can he get the kill? Yes, he can.
It was a murder-suicide pact.
Under that turret.
Doran just like, yeah, calculated perfectly, never any doubt. But Hanwha Esports just gaining massive advantages there, and just as I praise Closer in the mid lane, him and Willer completely...
Was Azir in the bush? Otherwise, he thought Tristana jump might have made it out. That's a fair call. Let's take a look. I am curious about that.
So still a champion that...
Trying to jump away,
well, especially with the backing of the Milio, but...
No, Azir was in the bush. It was a nice thought, though. I like that you're giving the pro player the benefit of the doubt.
Him and Willer completely butcher.
Want to jump in and say I'm loving the content? Keep it up. Normally never catch your streams. Oh, thanks. Well, I stream a lot now, so hopefully you can catch more. Was Brand banned? Yes. In some of them. His brand was too strong.
But like, they know it's a 2v2.
I mean, Azir is in the bush right here. Now he's not, but he was.
For Peanut, maybe thinking we've connected to Sonic Wave, let's commit, but like, Zeka is just free hitting. And Peanut
Oh yeah, Trist also has the scrying orb on her. That's a good point. You can literally see she's got the eyes on her from the orb.
To go for Peanut, maybe thinking we've connected to Sonic Wave, let's commit, but like, Zeka is just free hitting. And Peanut is tanky, and you can see partway through they turn the damage on a Zeka.
The streamer Monty era. Yeah, it's been fun. I mean, I started doing this last year at the beginning, and then I just had too much to do with the LFN business stuff, but now I've got more time to do this, which is great.
And he has to flash for it?
I think Clear trades on the tower, gets the 1-for-1, but really it's that mid-jungle advantage I think is the biggest thing. And it is going to be a Cloud Soul, which, you know, not always the most impactful.
Is there anyone in this Fox team to look out for? I mean, Willer is a pretty good jungler. Willer had a very good series against Brion. And now look at this. They come at the last possible second to take 6. There you go. Right before the spawn.
Yeah, they saved it for later. It was like, you know, when you have a nice meal, but you're not gonna eat all of it. You put some in.
Are a fan of Street Fighter? I haven't played any Street Fighter since like Street Fighter 2. But I watch it sometimes.
Sounds really appealing.
It's not my favorite dish, but you know, it's hard times. You gotta go for it sometimes. And they time it here right before the spawning of the Rift Herald at 14 minutes, so they're able to just continue to stay grouped up. Now, it does look like FearX do want to challenge this. That all.
What is that equalizer?
That was a terrible equalizer.
As now, Clear's getting in there, and now they don't have an equalizer. Do they have a chance in this one? As Delight and Viper doing tons of damage.
Viper just too crazy.
Not enough as Viper stays alive.
Oh, Viper's so good, man.
Getting in there, and now they don't have grouped up. Now, it does look like
Calling in to execute. Right. Shit ass equalizer. Like, truly shit ass. Just do this. What is this? Like, what is your goal? Goal? Your goal is to finish Herald. Just block it.
What is that?
So Viper has to do all the work as a result.
I never want to see that again, ever. As now,
So gonna go ahead and engage with Callista ult.
getting in there. Now they don't have an equalizer. Do they have a chance?
Viper gets hit by Renata ult, does some damage to Delight, but that doesn't matter because he's still here. Bursting down Henna. Henna gets bailout.
To Henna here.
He gets rended. It's not enough. Almost dies. This is my favorite part, though. Look at Viper's positional awareness in these team fights is just amazing.
Not enough.
He doesn't waste flash until he sees the Sand Soldier move and like gets one auto on him, and then he's out.
As Doran getting incredibly low. Closer picks up a couple, but he is the only one here on the side of FearX who's able to do anything. I guess he only got the one as well, and that's the Rift Herald going into the pockets of Hanwha Esports.
I think this was an issue we saw in game 1 as well, where FearX are just incapable of having closer there when fights start. Like, he shows up, and it's like, yo, wouldn't it be great if we had an Azir here? And the answer is, yeah,
okay.
Oh, Peanut.
Hey, he got it!
Yeah, he's going to force that divide. Trying to put up
Peanut's
a
such a Chad.
And now Peanut's getting a little bit low as this Rift Herald's just getting to work in there in the back. Peanut nearly goes down. This game is kind of going off the rails. Zeka, meanwhile, free top.
Definitely the beneficiaries of that, and we'll see the replay, so... I mean, this
Viper's the real hero.
Looney will not be played. It just... He really threads the needle.
Oh, God. That equalizer makes me so sad.
And then the ensuing fight, you know, the problem is both mid laners are walking up, and I think the lack of the...
I'm sorry, Ox. I wish we could analyze this game. We just don't have time. That was 5 members of FearX. Where's the equalizer now? He just holds on to it. I guess it just came off full down. That one was a big one. And FearX, I'm not sure why they even got caught in this fight, but it is a disaster.
Yeah, most players get autoed twice by that soldier. Absolutely. That's why, you know, Viper's awareness and reaction is so impressive. Is that he bails on that instantly. Tough flash to do, too. Very tough flash on that wall.
I'm not sure why they were there. I'm not sure how they got there. Okay, suppose it's like no mana. Willa is just committing. What's the game?
Doran doesn't have ult still.
That's what I'm wondering.
See enemy champion and fight.
They're all just getting slammed around by Maokai in the choke point. Zeka's like, oh man, this is Reset City. There we go.
Doesn't quite kill Willa or Henna, but yeah, Doran.
There we go.
That's the thing. You know how people would change the setting on the equalizer, like the quick cast? What's the game plan here? That's what I'm wondering.
Equalizer comes off cooldown in this fight, though.
And this equalizer way better gets.
Yeah. Oh, so now you can cast Equalizer. Now you know how it works.
Yeah, Doran.
Still, actually, wasn't the greatest. It's weird. He's like casting it on the side of these choke points. It's really weird.
And this equalizer way better gets 3.
It's really weird that it's like on the side instead of like down the middle.
It doesn't quite kill Willa or Henna, but yeah, Doran. Maybe it's a thing. You know how people would change the setting on the equalizer, like the quick cast, to take it off.
Yeah.
Maybe he used it and was like, oh wait, my settings are wrong. That's why I.
It's possible.
It's it's possible.
It absolutely is.
It would
Do I think it's quick cast? Maybe. I have no idea.
Equalizer we've seen too. A pretty good one. You know, by all means.
For sure. I would ones in the lane. Yeah.
Which I think analysts have said is rather a lot.
They have said that. Peanut,
game that has left them at a 7,000 gold disadvantage, which I think analysts have said is
ability in the game. That's a quote from 2023.
Yeah.
Later game, they're just like, okay, we have to go.
I feel like it would make okay,
well, it's gonna tick down on Henna. Unfortunately, the team was not committing, so
I feel like it would make so much sense because like
it's fine to drop that equalizer there. You deal some damage, and your team is getting the Cloud Drake.
Where whenever
you have a minute and 30 until Baron. It keeps them occupied in mid. It's actually fine.
Okay, here is a list of reasons.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's true. They don't have that.
Peanut, however,
on the team.
is ending.
It's a valuable role.
Yeah. It seems like, you know, they added Henna and Execute.
They definitely live up to that. You know, Execute has very fearless gameplay. And, you know, fear is actually an important part of our survival instincts.
That's true.
So it has value. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to wait and see if they can eventually, you know, really play into this kind of game style, this play style of, okay, well, we're always going to send it regardless of situation. If you're ahead,
It looks
to the
on the topple.
Viper's getting in there. That kick, though, is pretty good. Zeka doesn't seem to care. Just
He buffered.
stands and fires as close in there. That kick, though, is pretty good. Zeka doesn't
Look at Zeka, dude.
seem to care.
He times it perfectly.
Stands and fires as closer is going to go down, burning to the insane Viper damage. This game is just feels a little bit Dunzo Ox.
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of mirroring the execute engage in the last game, where it looks
Ooh,
good.
that one was good. All right, Doran, but the exhaust is too strong. And he is going to get him, though, as no bailout comes out and clear. Desperate.
Oh, the
He wants to
shields.
damage, but he doesn't have any damage items, as is the case with every Udyr in the LCK. And down will go clear, and that will be the game, I'd imagine. Doran's just going to continue pushing. He stays alive. And Hanwha Esports as a team will move down mid.
There's far too many moments in this series where FearX had done like 5% more damage. It could be a different series. This one was a little bit late in the game.
Oh, we're flashing in closer. Oh no, my guy. He is going to get back into the pits.
Casual 20-minute win.
They have another wave. They actually have a chance, but the Sun Turret is up as FearX will stand their ground. But the Nexus now laid bare, and Henna is going to be executed as well. Closer just being chipped away here by Zeka, the two mid laners, and the
Zeka cannot die.
Finally got the Tristana. As we're just completing the tutorial here for Hanwha Esports, they take down every single inhibitor, and that'll be the game, guys. 21 minutes.
Wow, what a
Hanwha
stomp!
Esports take game 2.
And they show that's how you chase down an Udyr, right?
Yeah.
So they won't make the same mistake. The trick is just to kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, really strong performance from Hanwha Esports.
Fun games, guys. Fun games.